And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
I also got to know and understand the extraordinary commitment of men and women in uniform who volunteer. They volunteer to defend us at the front lines of freedom.
Peace is only maintained and won by those who have clear eyes and brave minds.
The United States of America. We are one people, all of us pledging allegiance to the Stars and Stripes.
Words cannot measure the depth of their devotion or the totality of their courage.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife.
I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me.
And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt
I love this
land.
God bless the USA.
God bless the USA.
From the lakes of Minnesota
to the hills of Tennessee,
across the plains of Texas, oh, from sea to shining sea.
from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say,
Oh, today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt